Once, there was a brave young queen named Ilara. She lived in a small happy village called Oakhaven. Oakhaven was nestled in a sunny valley. Tall, strong oak trees stood all around it like friendly giants. A clear, sparkling river flowed gently past the village. The people of Oakhaven were kind and hardworking. They loved their homes, they loved their fields, and they loved their queen, Ilara, very much. Ilara was not just a queen, she was a friend to everyone in her village. Ilara loved her people deeply. She would often walk through Oakhaven, smiling at everyone she met. Children would run to greet her, their faces bright with joy. The elders would share stories with her, their voices full of wisdom. The village blacksmith made strong tools. The farmers grew tasty food. The weavers made warm clothes. Life in Oakhaven was simple and good. Ilara wanted it to stay that way forever. She felt a great responsibility to protect her people and their peaceful way of life from any harm. But one day, a shadow began to creep over the land. News came from faraway places. It spoke of a dark army. This army was led by a cruel warlord. He wanted to conquer all the small villages. He wanted to take their food and their treasures. The people of Oakhaven grew worried. They looked to Queen Ilara for help. Fear started to fill their hearts. The laughter in the village became a little quieter. The songs became a little sadder. Ilara saw the worry in their eyes. Ilara knew she could not let this darkness reach Oakhaven. She was young, but her heart was full of courage. She thought about her people. She thought about their smiles and their songs. She knew she had to do something. She decided she would go on a journey. She would find this warlord. She would stop him before he could hurt her beloved village. It was a very big decision. It was a very brave decision. She would protect Oakhaven no matter what it took. Her journey would begin soon. Queen Ilara said goodbye to her people. Her heart was heavy, but her spirit was strong. She promised them she would return. She carried a small bag with food and a map. She also carried her father's sturdy sword. She stepped out of Oakhaven. Before her lay the whispering woods. The trees in the woods were very, very tall, their branches twisted together like gnarled fingers. Sunlight could barely peek through the thick leaves. The air was cool and damp. It was a mysterious place. As Ilara walked deeper into the woods, strange sounds echoed all around her. Leaves rustled when there was no wind. Twigs snapped in the distance. Sometimes she heard soft whispers. Were they real? Or was it just the wind sighing through the ancient trees? She felt a little bit scared, but she remembered the faces of her people in Oakhaven. She remembered their trust in her. So she took a deep breath. She kept walking forward, one brave step after another. She knew she had to be strong for them. Suddenly, a giant forest spider dropped down from a tree. It had 8 hairy legs and many shining eyes. It tried to spin a sticky web around Ilara. "Oh no!" Ilara gasped, but she did not panic. She quickly ducked under a thick strand of web. She drew her small sharp dagger. With a swift move, she cut the web. The spider hissed angrily. Ilara did not want to hurt it. She just wanted to pass. She cleverly dodged its clumsy lunges. She found an opening and ran past the surprised creature. She was safe. Later, tired and a little lost, Ilara sat down by a stream. A small furry creature scurried down a tree. It was a squirrel with bright, intelligent eyes. "Hello there, Queen Ilara," chattered the squirrel. Ilara was very surprised. "A talking squirrel. My name is Squeaky," he said. "I know these woods very well. I saw you face that big spider. You were very brave." Squeaky told Ilara he knew about the warlord's dark deeds. He wanted to help. Ilara smiled. She had found her first friend on this dangerous journey. With Squeaky chattering happily on her shoulder, Ilara felt more hopeful. They journeyed on for many days. Soon they reached the foot of the Dragon's Tooth Mountains. These mountains were enormous. Their peaks were jagged and sharp like the teeth of a giant dragon. They were covered in snow even though it was summer. A cold, biting wind howled through the passes. The path looked steep and dangerous. Ilara looked up at the towering peaks. This would be a very hard climb. Squeaky shivered a little. The climb was even harder than it looked. The path was narrow and icy. Loose rocks tumbled down from above. Ilara had to watch every step. Sometimes a fierce snowstorm would blow in, making it impossible to see. Ilara held on to Squeaky tightly to keep him safe from the wind. Squeaky, with his sharp eyes, helped Ilara find the safest places to put her feet. They encouraged each other. "We can do this," Ilara would say. "Just a little further." Squeaky would chirp. They worked together like a true team. After many long days, they finally made it over the Dragon's Tooth Mountains. They were tired but proud, but their challenges were not over. Now, a great river lay before them. It was called the Raging River. The water was wide and moved very, very fast. It crashed against the rocks with a loud roar. There was no bridge in sight. How would they ever get across? Elara looked at the powerful current. It seemed impossible to cross. Squeaky looked worried too. They needed to find a way. As they walked along the riverbank, searching for a solution, they met a tall, strong man. He was mending a sturdy wooden boat. His name was Finn. Finn was a boatman. He knew the raging river better than anyone. He had kind eyes and a warm smile. Elara told him about her village and her quest to stop the warlord. Finn listened carefully. He admired Elara's courage and her love for her people. "I will help you cross," Finn said. "Your quest is important." Elara felt a surge of gratitude. Now they were three. Finn skillfully guided the boat across the raging river. Elara and Squeaky were safe. Now, with their new friend Finn, they continued their journey. They followed the dark rumors and the path of destruction left by the warlord. Finally, they reached a dark, twisted tower. This was where the warlord lived. He was not a warlord at all, but a grumpy old sorcerer. He was using his magic to create an army of shadows. He wanted to spread his own sadness and loneliness across the land. He wanted everyone to feel as miserable as he did. The sorcerer saw them approach. He sent his shadowy monsters to attack. Elara drew her sword. Finn gripped his strong oar like a club. Squeaky, brave little Squeaky, chattered loudly and darted around, distracting the shadowy figures. Elara fought with all her might. She remembered Oakhaven. She remembered her promise. Finn fought beside her, his strength a comfort. But the sorcerer was very powerful. His magic was strong. More and more shadows appeared. It seemed like they might be overwhelmed by the darkness. But Elara was not just a brave warrior. She was also kind and thoughtful. She realized that fighting with swords might not be enough. She looked at the sorcerer. He looked angry, but also very sad. Elara lowered her sword. She spoke to him, her voice clear and calm. "Why are you doing this?" she asked. "Why do you want to cause so much pain?" The sorcerer was surprised. No one had ever asked him that before. He told her about his loneliness. He told her how everyone had always misunderstood him. Elara listened with an open heart. She showed him kindness. Slowly, the sorcerer's anger began to fade. Elara's kindness touched his lonely heart. He saw that spreading sadness did not make him feel better. He agreed to stop his dark magic. The shadow army vanished. Light and warmth returned to the land. Elara, Squeaky, and Finn had won, not just with strength, but with wisdom and compassion. They journeyed back to Oakhaven. When they arrived, the whole village was there to greet them. Cheers rang out. Elara was a hero. She had saved her people. She returned not just as a brave warrior, but as a wise and kind queen, ready to lead Oakhaven with courage and a gentle heart.